Hey everybody, Ace Channel Liam here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or a counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question, and we try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome battle between them, just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of Form Fight and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button. Let's go for 500 likes on this video, because it's not that popular of a Pokemon. So I don't know if we're going to be able to hit the like goal. Go for 500 and let's see what happens. Hit subscribe if you're new so you never miss an episode. Don't forget as well, use code ACE, save yourself some money on G Fuel. Twisted Candy is my drink of the week. And it's bloody nice is what it is. Use code ACE, get money off. But with all that out of the way, let's have a look at today's challenges. Today on Form Fight, we're going to be comparing the two forms of Stunfisk, which are Stunfisk and Galarian Stunfisk. Now, a Stunfisk caught anywhere other than the Galar region will be in its regular form. However, a Stunfisk caught specifically in the Galar region will be in its Galarian form. It will be Galarian Stunfisk. But what makes these two forms of Stunfisk so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokédex, the regular Unovan Stunfisk is 0.7 meters tall and weighs 11 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says thanks to bacteria that lived in the mud flats with it, this Pokemon developed the organs it uses to generate electricity. For some reason, this Pokemon smiles slightly when it emits a strong electric current from the yellow markings on its body. As for Galarian Stunfisk, it's 0.7 meters tall as well, but is heavier at 20.5 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says living in mud with a high iron content has given it a strong steel body. Its conspicuous lips lure prey in as it lies in wait in the mud. When prey gets close, Stunfisk clamps its jagged steel fins down on them. Appearance-wise, regular Stunfisk is an orange and brown flat fish with a yellow tail and yellow markings that resemble a lowercase I or an exclamation point, whichever way you look at it. And Galarian Stunfisk is a similar shape, except with more angular fins and what look like bear trap teeth at either end of its body. Also, it's now coloured grey with green footprint-looking markings on it, and also its lips changed to be red and white, resembling a Pokeball, to be used as a lure, I suppose. In their shiny forms, regular Stunfisk's orange areas turn paler and its yellow markings and tail turn light blue. And Galarian Stunfisk's top area turns to a subtle orange and its markings turn from green to a very strong orange. Now let's have a look at their typing, weaknesses and resistances. Regular Stunfisk is a dual type ground and electric Pokemon, which makes it weak to ground, water, grass and ice type moves. It resists flying, poison, rock and steel type attacks and is completely immune to electric type moves. Galarian Stunfisk is a dual type ground and steel Pokemon, making it weak to fighting, ground, fire, and water. It resists normal, flying, rock, bug, steel, psychic, dragon, and fairy type attacks, and is completely immune to both poison and electric type moves. Now let's have a look at the stats and abilities of these Pokemon forms. Regular Stunfisk is a somewhat slow Pokemon with excellent HP and pretty great special defense, giving it excellent special bulk. It also has decent physical defense and special attack, and below average physical attack. Its primary ability is static, which gives Stunfisk a 30% chance of paralyzing an opponent who uses a contact move on Stunfisk. This kind of ability is always handy for scuppering an opponent, especially if it's one of their faster Pokemon, although try not to rely on it because, 30% is still quite a big gamble. Its secondary ability is Limbo, which prevents Stunfisk from being paralyzed, even though, as of Generation 6, electric-type Pokemon are immune to paralysis anyway. This ability really could do with being changed, although I guess you could make the argument that if someone uses Soak on Stunfisk and changes it to a pure water type, then Limbo would actually come in handy, but it's really clutching at straws. Its hidden ability is Sand Veil, which boosts Stunfisk's evasion during a sandstorm. This is a great ability for helping the bulky Stunfisk last even longer on the battlefield, although it does need someone to set the sandstorm up, and I'd rather just go with static, to be honest. As for Galarian Stunfisk, it has the exact same stats as regular Stunfisk, except its attack and special attack are swapped, and its defense and special defense are swapped, making it a little bit more physically bulky. Galarian Stunfisk only gets one ability, which is Mimicry, which causes Galarian Stunfisk to change its type depending on any terrain present. So if electric terrain is in effect, for example, it'll become a pure electric type. This is a very interesting ability because it means whenever the terrain changes, moves that Stunfisk has that are the same type as that terrain become same type attack bonus moves and get the 50% power boost from the terrain. With that being said, Stunfisk's only grass type move is Snap Trap, which is a 30 base power move similar to Sand Tomb or Fire Spin, and the only psychic type move it learns is Rest, and it doesn't learn any fairy type moves. So electric terrain is the only offensively useful terrain for this ability on Galarian Stunfisk. So I guess you really ought to use this ability in a more defensive strategy, which I have yet to work out. So let me know your defensive strategies for Mimicry in the comments down below. There's also a bit of a risk factor as well, because this is Galarian Stunfisk's only ability. Your opponent is going to know that that's its ability and could potentially manipulate the terrain in their favor to make it easier to take Stunfisk down. So just be careful. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two forms of Stunfisk I prefer, and I do like the Galarian form. I love the Mimicry ability. I think it's got very, very interesting potential. I like the typing. I like that it's got more resistances, but I honestly prefer the regular version of Stunfisk. And that's because you can be really trolly with it. You can make it super bulky. You can give it like max HP, max physical defense, give it an assault vest to boost its special defense, give it the static ability so opponents that do hit it get a chance to be paralyzed. You can have moves like Discharge, which have a chance to paralyze everybody. You can put Scold on it so it can burn opponents. You can just be really mean with it. You can make it into a really stupid trolly Pokemon, and I like that. I think that's great. But of course, it's not just up to me to decide, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite. But before you do make your decision, let's see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome battle. Before the battle starts, I will point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats. They're not holding any items. They've got neutral natures. As always, we normally do hidden abilities on Form Fight. So regular Stunfisk has got Sand Veil. Obviously, Galarian Stunfisk has got Mimicry. The only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon is going to get is going to come from their base stats or their typing. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. So here we go. It's Stunfisk versus Galarian Stunfisk. It's the Flatfish versus the Flatfish that's actually also kind of a bear trap. Why not? Anything can happen in Pokemon, isn't it wonderful? Look at these beautiful, beautiful Pokemon. As everybody gets ready for the first turn, what's going to happen? It's regular Unovan Stunfisk starting things off with a Fire Blast right off from the get-go using its special attack. Of course, the Unovan Stunfisk, the regular Stunfisk, is the better special attacker, and the Galarian is the better physical attacker, if you were paying attention. So keep that in mind. Both, the same thing applies to both their defense as well. There's a Rock Smash from regular Galarian Stunfisk, and now it's over to shiny Unova to start things off for itself, and it's going to go for agility and increase its speed, make itself the fastest thing on the field, because of course all these Pokemon have the same speed stat. So shiny Unova is now the fastest thing on the field. Over to shiny Galar. What's it going to do for its first turn? Going to go for Sweet Kiss, and he's going to confuse one of these. It's the regular Unovan Stunfisk there, getting confused, so may potentially hit itself. I guess we'll see what happens. So of course we know that shiny Unova is going to start things off for its team now, because it's the fastest thing on the field, as we said. What's it going to do here? This little blue girl is going to go for Mega Drain, which is going to be a neutral special attack there on shiny Galar. Not doing a lot of damage, just a little bit of chip damage there. And there is the regular Unovan Stunfisk, who is going to ignore the confusion and is going to go for Morning Sun and restore its HP up to maximum. So that's a great play right there. That's not a bad shout at all from the regular Unova there. Who's up next? It's going to be the shiny Galarian Stunfisk, and what's it going to do now? It's going to go for Echoed Voice. It's going to go for a special attack, normal type move. It's going to do some neutral damage there to that shiny Unova. Little bit of chip damage, because if it gets an Echoed Voice again, that technically would be powered up, right? So that'd be pretty cool. Here's a Bulldoze, though. That's going to damage everybody on the field with physical damage. Of course, shiny Galar can take it a lot better, because it's got the a little bit more physical bulk. Does get the speed drop, though. It's going to drop the speed of all of these Pokemon. Critical hit on regular Unovan Stunfisk, and then dropping the speed of both of those Unovan Stunfisk as well. So we got shiny Unova is a +1 speed. Shiny Galar and regular Unova are -1 speed, and then the regular Galar, who's getting hit with a facade from the shiny Unova, is at regular speed. That's going to confuse me all the way through. Regular Galar is going to go for No Retreat. Now it's going to increase its speed and its attack and its special attack and its defense and its special defense. What a great play right there. Absolutely no cost at all, because you can't retreat anyway in these battles. So that's a brilliant move right there. Over to shiny Galar. What will it do? What's on its mind? It's going to go for High Horsepower, which will be super effective, and a physical hit on that regular Unova, taking it right down out of the competition. Goodbye, regular Unova. So we've got shiny Unovan Stunfisk against regular and shiny Galarian Stunfisk. This is a difficult battle now for the regular Stunfisk team. So we got Galarian, the regular Galarian Stunfisk, going to go for Stockpile, increase its defense and special defense by 1 stage, so it's now at +2 defense, +2 special defense, +1 attack, special attack, and speed. So it's in a great position right now. Shiny Unova, what's it going to do here? Needs to do something big. Goes for Fire Fang, although it's not a physical attacker, and it's on the defense boosted Galarian Stunfisk. That is a bit of a shame there, but it was a super effective hit at least. Could have done with a crit, really. Here's the shiny Galarian going for the crunch. How much damage is that going to do, though? Shiny Unova bringing it down to less than half its max HP and gets the defense drop. It's not looking good for shiny Unova right now. What is it going to do? It needs a miracle. It really needs to take out the regular Galarian Stunfisk if it wants any chance of surviving. It goes for an Ember, though, which will be super effective, and a special attack, doing a great amount of damage for an Ember on that shiny Galar. Doesn't get the burn, unfortunately. That's an absolute shame. And here comes the regular Galarian Stunfisk, going to go for Circle Throw. Is that going to do? How much damage is that going to do? It's +1 attack. It does a great deal of damage there, bringing in shiny Unovan Stunfisk into the danger zone. And then shiny Galarian Stunfisk going to go for Sludge Bomb. That will be not very effective. And of course, it's not great for it's not great special attacker, so it didn't do as much damage to the shiny Galarian Unovan Stunfisk there. Didn't get the poison either, which is a stroke of luck for the Unovan team. Here's Fury Cutter from the regular Galarian Stunfisk. It's enough to knock it out. Not very effective, but it does get the feint. So well done to the Galarian Stunfisk team. What an absolute showing. What a display of power. And how crazy is this animation? It's great. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of the 2 forms of Stunfisk do you prefer? Is it Stunfisk or is it Galarian Stunfisk? Let me know in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And that'll do it for another episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to support the channel like these wonderful people down here, do pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. And of course, to save money on G Fuel, use code ACE. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.